So there were 4 scripts I wrote, and this was since we've been always, every house in Delhi has a story of 84. Few of them have lost their new ones, few of them have lost their very close, their families, their houses, all have been tarnished. It was once in 47, now in 84. And we've grown up listening to these stories, and I remember myself as me being a Sikh. I still remember mom getting a dress into a small girl, and wearing those skirt, and I don't remember a kurta, and then gut banake na, those 4 or 5 days, that was very terrible. So those haunting memories were still there, and when we started meeting the people of 84, because you got actively involved, and there's a colony called Widow Colony there, where we have almost 450 families of widows staying there. So everybody had a very sad story, how it happened and what it eventually led to. Almost the whole generation has gone for a toss now. So eventually, during the research and meeting those journalists and the victims, you came across a family who had written the story in the diary. उन्होंने diary में अपना पूरा narrative लिखा हुआ था. So that I requested them if we can have that particular notes of theirs, and they allowed me to do that. And very soon, close to the release, we'll reveal you the real family as well. So this story had a different angle. There was almost one Sikh killed every minute on the streets of Delhi. Had these non-Sikhs, Hindu, Muslims and Christians, not sheltered these Sikhs, number could have gone 10 folds or 20 folds. So there was people who risked their life. I met Fulkaji, I met Kailash Satyarthi ji. So he told me, son, I saved almost 3 young girls, hiding them under my bed for almost 4 days. So that's kind of risk people took for saving those Sikhs. So this is why I thought this film should come on a big screen. And in the past 31 years, I don't remember any film ever made on 31st October 1984 on Indira Gandhi assassination day. There had been Bombay, Parzania, Machis, and even on Rajiv Gandhi, that Madras Cafe. Yeah. So I thought this story need to be brought up into the bigger light, as this discussion has been happening all across the world on this 31st October, and still as on date, there has been no justice in the past 32 years. People are just talking about it. No culprits, no prosecutions, no punishments as of now. That it was me and my director's collective decision, because we wanted somebody to turn the table around, because we wanted somebody to come up and show the other side of the coin and story. And when we did the screen test, and his commitment and dedication, definitely he's gaining the weight for this particular film, then growing the beard for almost 5-6 months, did the job well, and he really performed well. If you see in the trailer, it comes out how this guy has performed, and amazing work. And we took this decision. Soha looks like exactly the real life character, and she herself, I'm fan of her. I've been fan of her film Rang De Basanti, which I've seen almost 40-50 times.
What rubbish.
Seriously.
Nobody has the time to see a Hindi movie 50 times.
I've seen her, there's a film called Baiju Babra. I've seen it 150 times.
150 times?
Yes, because my dad is fond of it. Whenever we used to be young, they used to borrow a tape recorder, and used to play it at Baiju Babra. Mohe Chhod Gaye, Sawariya and Lata, and all those songs. And so that's how we are cinema buffs. So when we like something, we want to watch it again and love to watch it again and again and again.
When I first heard that there was a movie being made on the subject, I was interested, because I I'm a history student. I studied history in college also. I was aware of the 84 riots. I also knew that it hasn't really been attempted as a subject in mainstream Hindi cinema. And I thought it'll be a challenging film to make, but I wanted to understand what the script will be like, because especially when I was told that the writer and the producer are one and the same, and is someone from the Sikh community, I think it was, for me, I wanted to understand if this is a story of personal anguish, if there is a personal objective behind it, if it's a responsible film, what the message of the film is. I have a lot of friends also who are Sikh, some of whom feel that now what is the need after 32 years to open up old wounds. So I wanted to know. But when I read the script, I met the director also. I understood that this film has a very positive message. And it's the kind of film I think that is very relevant even in today's polarized climate. It reminds us of who we are, the fact that we are human beings first, that we're Indians, that often situations arise, and they've arisen at many points in Indian history. This is just one of them, where a particular community has been targeted. And it's not about religion, it's never about religion. It's always a few people's, a few people using a large amount of people for their own objectives. And that's what happened in 84, and that's what's happened since many times. that's why I think it's a relevant film to make today. And what I liked about it, again, as Harry said, it has a positive message. We all know about, most of us know about all the bad things that happened on those 3 days. But to hear about how people really put their own families at risk to save members of the Sikh community is something that is heartening. I liked that, that it's a big role, that there's a lot. I mean, I feel a sense of responsibility with this film because I know that a lot of it rides on my shoulders in terms of my performance, and that's always challenging for an actor. The example has been made with Rang De Basanti, but I know that in Rang De Basanti it was certainly not on my shoulders, and there was a very able dream team of people behind that film. This is a smaller film, but it has the same amount of heart. So I wanted to be a part of it. I think also as an actor, somewhere through your work, you want to do something impactful, and you want at the end of the film for people to remember you. And I think that when this film ends, for worse or better, I don't know, but people will remember my performance.
It wasn't required because the story of the family was with such highs and lows. I didn't want it to really change it or take some cinematic liberties. And eventually, when you want to show a true story, you want to be as authentic as you can be. So that's the reason we chose the authentic location. We couldn't find Delhi as it's been urbanized now. So we took a village in Gungrana, which is Gungrana near Ludhiana city. So we made Ludhiana, that village, look like Delhi. The same houses, the same roads, the same people, the vendors, the houses inside. So it was hard work. It was a lot of research which went into it, and we wanted to be very real, like I said. So that's the reason we never played with the story, and that's difficult to give the true story the right look on the big screen.
I mean, it's always important, I think, when you do a film set in a real life story or a real life incident backdrop, to know about that backdrop. I happen to know a little bit, but I wanted to reread, re-understand, meet people who were affected by the riots, of which there are many in India today still. So I had conversations with people and met members of the family as well that were playing on screen. But beyond that, I didn't want to over-prepare because what's happening to the family on screen, it's really a 24-hour or 36-hour story. There's a lot of bewilderment, there's a lot of confusion, there's a lot of lack of understanding as to why this is happening. So preparing is not really going to help you perform, because what is happening to my character and her family, she doesn't know that Indira Gandhi has been assassinated by her Sikh bodyguards, that now there is a backlash that's happening, that is being whipped up by a few people. So all of that is not knowledge to her. So it doesn't help my performance to know that. So less than performance for this role was certainly about getting the costume and the look right. Visually, you have to be credible. And then beyond that, it's just an emotional role where you have to, between action and cut, imagine that if this were to happen to you, then how would you react?
Honestly, I so wanted to direct the film, but then when you meet so many people and families, you really get emotional. And when you start putting it on the screen, you could have really gone the screenplay up and down. So I wanted somebody who's neutral. When I met Shivaji in National Award function ceremony, somebody introduced me to him, and I watched his film Dhar. And I talked about 84, he didn't know about 84. So that's what interested me the more. So that he could bring on the screen the screenplay as it is, and could justice with the screenplay. I didn't want the film to go somewhere. So that's the reason I took Shivaji Parthak to do the film. I did absolute justice with the film. Trust me, you'll enjoy it.